Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the first episode of A Penny for Your Thoughts. Today I am going to give out, my thoughts about certain YouTube channels, particularly my friends' YouTube channels. To start things off, I'm going to be talking about 011, in particular my friends Core and Sloan. Now, I've been friends with Sloan for pretty much a decade now. I first met him in elementary school, all my 7 years in elementary school, and then our friendship carried into junior high, and then after we graduated from junior high, we kind of went distant after that. He went his own way, I went my own way. We reconnected a couple of years, or should I say, we've tried to keep in contact despite us being busy and being on different paths. But we've hanged out more recently, and it's a good sign, to be completely honest with you, because he always treated me with respect, and he's treated me with kindness, even during elementary school when I wasn't exactly the most well-liked person in elementary school because I was a big crybaby. So I really appreciate him, sticking by my side through, some of the rough times back in elementary school. And hell, we even have our own handshake, to say the least. And then Core, I met him my freshman year, and he's, I'll admit sometimes when he crashes out, it can be annoying. But overall, the guy is a very chill dude, and he's certainly a friend that I would love to hang out with more often. Of course, he's busy, though, which makes sense considering the fact that he has a job. On top of that, he has multiple YouTube channels, including this one, 011, which has 29 subscribers and 17 videos. These guys should be doing more content together. However, they're busy with jobs and all that stuff, so it certainly plays a part in it. But the content they posted, I have to say, all the vlogs I feel like are more interesting than whatever they're doing with these, which if I'm being completely honest, I feel like it's just them rambling, just like too much, instead of actually like getting to the stuff and all that stuff. Which, to be fair, I get it. You're trying to make it as authentic as possible and carry out conversations, but like I would rather just like do it while you're doing it. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. But hey, the vlogs are pretty interesting, especially at the South Mall. And hell, this one's my favorite with him in the Deadpool costume, and then him putting trading the watermelon in for an actual freaking drink. Bro, that was just so interesting. I'm not gonna lie, Sloan, I don't know how you pulled it off, but bro, that was lit. But yeah. Yeah, they should be posting more often, but I get it. There's a lot of stuff going on that just is bigger than theirs. They have personal channels. This one is Sloan's, and he only has 2 videos up to this point, which I don't know. Like, I wish he posted more on his personal channel, but once again, jobs and all that stuff. Core does try to post as much as he can. He has 380 subscribers and 397 videos. I'll admit the thumbnails are really nice and very creative. He has other channels as well, which here's my gripe about other channels. Like, I tried to post with just the one channel. And if you try to build other channels, especially when you don't really have that many subscribers, it's not going to gain traction. If I were myself, I would just stick with the one channel, just have the one channel and not have any other channels. All right? You create the one channel and you just put all the effort in that one channel. And once it becomes successful, then you can venture into other channels. But, it's his decision. If he wants to go with the multiple channels at once, that's fine. And I'll admit, I don't really watch his content very much. I'll just say that when the Overwatch stuff, he is a big Overwatch guy. I'll admit that. And then the best of stuff I watched, Think and his friends and all that. So it certainly gains some traction, especially with the views and all that stuff. And he does have a decent following. my ranking, I'll say 0-11. I will give it an A, based on the fact that I've watched all of the videos, including the shorts. Sloan, I'll give it a, based on the two. I can't really rate it based on the two videos, to be honest with you. And then Core, I'll just say, I guess, a B, based on what I've watched. Yeah, I'll give it a B. But hey, at least I'm considered a friend. Yeah, there it is. 67 subscribers. Thank you, by the way, Core. Also, thank you, Core, for shouting me out, for, recommending me. I really appreciate that. I recommend all their channels because at the end of the day, it could be your taste in terms of the content they have posted. Okay, now, what other channels should I talk about? Well, there is a channel that I don't think gets that much attention. I hope I've got the right one. Yes, this one here. All right, Jimbo Fallen. This has 205 subscribers into videos. This man has not posted a video in over a year. That would be my friend Alex, who was part of my graduating class of, well, yeah, he was part of my graduating class. And we've talked. We haven't hanged out yet, which unfortunately is something we have to do at some point. By the way, the background is okay. But yeah, he's only posted 7 videos, but he has a substantial amount of subscribers. I say he needs to post more often. So that way he can at least gain more subscribers. Because, hell, I guarantee you if he continues to post more often, or at least starts posting again, he could be maybe within the 2,000, 5,000 subscriber mark or something. But I don't know, once again, jobs, life, especially after high school, it could certainly, lead to, not putting up all the time and the effort into everything. Also, college as well. College can be certainly a freaking hassle, which, in my opinion, is, yeah. That's why I haven't gone to college yet. All right, now this one. This is very interesting here. I'm not a Five Nights at Freddy's guy, but what I do know is that this guy, by the name of Braden, who I met my senior year, is the only friend that I know that has a YouTube channel that is over 1,000 subscribers. So I honestly am proud of this man right here because I met him my senior year when I was doing track. And I gotta say, this guy's fast. And this guy shocked me with his knowledge about things. I did not know he was a Five Nights at Freddy's guy until I checked out his channel. I also did not know that this man is also an NFL guy and a semi-WWE guy, which also helps too. Also, this guy's freaking fast as hell. It didn't help that his grades weren't exactly the best due to a certain teacher that shall not be named. So, yeah, but I've checked out his content more recently. He likes Monster Jam a lot, which I haven't gone to a Monster Jam event in over a decade, but hey, can't complain. I mean, Monster Jam is very, very interesting. Also, I've tried to comment on each and every one of his videos, just to support him, because you want to support your friends' channels as much as possible, especially when they upload. Like for Sloan and Core, I try to post a comment as much as possible, try to give my genuine thoughts about maybe doing a collab at some point. Same with him, because I mean, come on, the guy's over 1,000 subscribers. I want this guy to succeed. This guy has certainly potential to become probably one of the better YouTubers out there. He's been doing YouTube for 6 years at this point. But he's done this and this is the reason why I'm doing this right here. He did rankings for his friends' channels, which sometimes scares me because if he were to rank my channel, I don't know what he's gonna rank it. For all I know, he could rank it an F, which I mean, fair, because I don't really have a camera. I'm literally filming with a freaking Surface Go. I don't have an actual camera. On top of that, I don't have a thumbnail because I can't edit thumbnails at this point. And to be completely honest, I'm not ready to edit a thumbnail. But look at this guy. This guy has some of the better thumbnails. He probably would have a better thumbnail than me. All right? And it's getting decent enough views. And also, his videos are actually somewhat entertaining. I say somewhat because, it's hard to get into a video when it's not really when the video he's doing is not exactly something that I can really get into, which is Five Nights at Freddy's. I've watched both Five Nights at Freddy's films, I'll admit that, and they were both good. But the games, I don't know if I could get into the games, because it's not my taste. But hey, I try to watch every single one of his videos to at least see what he's been up to. And hell, he did a video with his girlfriend, which I know, by the way, Ash. Congratulations, by the way, on the engagement. Really happy for you guys. But yeah, we do need to do a collab in the future, by the way, at some point, because if especially if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, because you might not know this too, because he's also a Seahawks fan as well. All right, we need to do a collab at some point where we celebrate the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl, and when that happens, holy hell, it is going to be absolute madness. He has friends too that are also that he, like these guys right here, like Wireless Throttle. This is Coop, by the way. Coop with 167 subscribers and 78 videos. And then Thunderous Trails, which, by the way, I have to look up because he didn't put his name on there. That being my the other friend, that being Tristan, which, but once again, both guys met during my senior year, and they also post about Monster Truck stuff, or Monster Jam. 155 subscribers and 49 videos. So yeah, pretty interesting. Also, I've only hanged out with all three of them once, which happened to be on the 4th of July at Sunrise Park. We need to hang out again at some point, because like those three guys are literally chill dudes. Like Coop is the one guy that on every Friday wears a duck sweatshirt. Coop, Tristan is he's a big NFL guy, and he's someone that I can really talk about football. And then Braden's just like the guy that supported the hell. When I was my last day in high school, this guy was literally supporting me, and he was like pointing at me and was like, "Yeah, dude, yeah." I'm like, dude, it made me like a happy man, because I have like friends that actually support me, which that's something that I never really had for like years upon years. But when you have friends that support you for like making it, hey, it's the best feeling in the world. Yeah. The rankings for each channel. I can't really rate this. I really, because I don't really watch this, but like I guess C, maybe. And then Wireless Throttle, I guess D, because I don't really watch it. And then Fusion Z Fox Blaze, I'll probably give it a B plus, I guess. And also on top of that, him including Ash, which, hey, I adore Ash. Okay, Ash is pretty chill as well. All right, and very fun to hang out with. So yeah, that is basically my thoughts about my friends' YouTube channels. I apologize if I just like rambled on. I also apologize if I said things wrong, but this is just me just speaking from, I guess, the heart, and also speaking from I don't have I don't know I'm at a loss for words, because sometimes I'm jealous of my friends' YouTube channels and how successful they are. So and I'm happy for them. So yeah, with that being said, that's all my friends' YouTube channels. That's basically my thoughts about my friends' YouTube channels. And this is the first episode of A Penny for Your Thoughts, which is basically me going on a rambling spree about random things. And this is just one that randomly. By the way, thank you, Braden, for the idea, even though you didn't suggest me the idea, because I ended up watching your ranking your friends' YouTube channels, which gave me the idea for this one, which is basically me trying my best to rank my friends' YouTube channels the best way I can, even though this is the first time of me doing it. So yeah, so thank you, Braden. With that being said, that is all for now. If you want to check out my channel, which I'll gladly look it up. God damn it, this is, pardon me, because I'm like coming off filming some 2K stuff. Yeah, here it is, 67 subscribers and 571 videos. Yeah, I post a lot, and that's mainly because I have a service go. Yeah, so that's it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please subscribe. But with that being said, that's all. Until the next episode, see ya!